Ironman versus triathlons. All up in this area here. That's what I gotta say about your heat. Oh boy. You'll see what that workout was in a bit. Trust me, big. Wow. After I eat, heat train, clean myself up. Ironman versus triathlons. There's a difference. Small, but true. What is up, Trainiacs? It is good to be back with the normal you again. After suffering through a week with the other vlogging camera that is gonna go home, it's nice to have the normal you back. So we are now 8 days away from flying out to Kona for the Ironman World Championship in 2017. Yeah, like this is so exciting that the whole bunch of us, me and TK, Mel's man, all get to go to Kona and cover it. I think we might even be media, like a legitimate group of individuals, not just a bunch of hoodlums that show up with camera gear and point them at people like weirdos. We're still gonna point cameras at people and they're gonna think we're weird, but we will be accredited weirdos. See, and one of the things that I know is that people are looking up Ironman versus triathlon. We'll talk about Ironman for starters. Ironman is a triathlon. It's a distance of triathlon. But in addition to that, Ironman is a brand of the World Triathlon Corporation, which is now owned by Dalian Wanda Group, which is a Chinese company that bought it from the private equity company that had previously run the Ironman brand for, I want to say 8 to 10 years or so, and grown it into the behemoth that it is. So the easiest way to look at what Ironman is number one, it is a distance of triathlon, but it's also this company that holds Ironman branded races. They're the full Ironman distance of that 2.4 mile swim, the 112 mile bike, and the 26.2 mile run for the Canadian and everyone but the US folk out there, a 3.8 kilometer swim, a 180 kilometer bike, and then a 42.2 kilometer run. They also do the half Ironman branded races, those being the 70.3s, the 1.2 mile swim, the 56 mile bike, and then the 13.1 mile run. Metric, 1.9 kilometer swim, a 90 kilometer bike, and then a 21.1 kilometer run. In addition to that, Ironman has branched out into a huge number of things. That M dot that you see tattooed onto people's legs so that they can advertise how tough they are, that goes on every piece of gear that they can slap it on. Backpacks, bags, all triathlon equipment, Ironman branded watches. They've also got a series of short course races. They've got the Iron Kids. They've got road running races. They've got cycling races. That M dot has become iconic, and it's kind of like, it's not necessarily just a distance of a race. It's like a brand like Pepsi, Coke. The M dot is a very powerful brand, and I want to say that that Chinese company bought it for something like $600 or $700 million. Now the flip side of that, a triathlon is basically what we know as a race in the purest sense of it. Basically defined as one sport that is comprised of 3 different sports. Typically, it is a swim, a bike, and a run. However, there's a women's track and field event that's a 100-meter run, a high jump, and then a shot put. It might take a little bit less time than we take in our races. But then there's also a British version of a triathlon that is fly casting, horseback riding, and trap shooting. They're gonna attract a different type of cat than comes into our version of a triathlon.
Let me just identify them for you. Vivian Smith has O-level in...
Now, that's not to say that just pure triathlons can't be the distance of Ironman events, but those are different. Unless they are an Ironman branded event, basically they're licensing the name of Ironman and they're partnering with Ironman and it's an Ironman sanctioned event, the Ironman events have to be referred to as Ironman distance events. So the Duluth Superior Man half Ironman that I completed last summer, it was a half iron distance, not a half Ironman. Very finicky legal stuff. If you want to go with, say, the most pure triathlon, because it is an Olympic sport, it's governed by the ITU, And the ITU, the International Triathlon Union, is what lobbied and grew the sport internationally and got it adopted in the Olympics. We are talking about a 1,500 meter swim, a 40K bike, and a 10K run. But if you're putting yourself through any distance, that distance, a short distance, a longer distance, they're all triathlons. You're all trainiacs. You're all badasses. Be proud, kick ass, have fun, make new friends. All right? Now, speaking of kicking ass, workout this morning, as I mentioned, 4 hours. 4 hours over a 3-hour bike and then over a 50-minute run. I'm getting fit, all up in this area here. It's hot in here. Yes, I promise you I'm done. So with Austin now almost exactly a month away, I am heavily working on heat training. I got my ass handed to me in Campeche in the heat. Now, I was going to Campeche after an entire winter out in -30 Winnipeg. That's not very hot. And it's cooling down outside now, but it's still nice enough that what I'm making sure that I do is, when possible, I do a bunch of work like first thing in the morning. One of the benefits of being self-employed. Trust me, there are drawbacks. And then I do a lot of my training later in the day when it's slightly warm out. And then the protocol for heat training that I learned from Team Wortel, Trevor and Heather Wortel, pro Ironman and half-Ironman athletes, is that 3 or 4 times a day in the last 6 weeks before your race, you want to get into a sauna as soon as you can after a workout. And here's the key: don't hydrate in between the end of that workout and while you're in the sauna. So you just sit in there and bake. Yeah. So hopefully, Austin, that's what I gotta say about your heat. And public safety announcement: hydrate a lot after doing that sauna work. Crucial. Oh, and if you really want to live dangerously, right after the sauna and the hydrating, hop into the shower and hit yourself with about 15 to 30 seconds of straight cold. It's gonna flush a ton of all the gunk that accumulates during that workout out of your body. Well, kind of get your body moving because everything goes and constricts. It's kind of that sauna relaxes everything and then the cold restricts it, and you're gonna get a rush of endorphins. And you're gonna be just a total badass. Wow! Oh, it's cold. Oh, one. I didn't say you'd like it.